Coming off of a huge 15-game slate on Saturday. Happy Easter. We have a 7-game slate teed up for you for Sunday, Easter Sunday on April 5th,
Mhm.
2026. Me and JD are here to break it down for you. So grab your coffee, grab your smokes, whatever you do at 7 a.m. Let's do it. Good morning, everybody, and welcome. I am your host, Exotic Wagers, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Forecheck podcast, where we get you breakfast bets, insight, and trends for the NHL slate for today. Happy Easter! We had a huge 15-game slate. I was a little in the red there, couldn't hit a parlay. Straights were pretty good. We got a 7-game slate here on Easter Sunday. Had some exciting games. JD was at one of them. How are we doing this fine Easter morning?
Oh man, I'm good. I'm good. It's I'm into my third hour of the day. I think like you are as well. So I got fueled up with a little coffee. Yeah, I was at that wild game at crypto.com with Toronto and LA. Just I mean, uh, yeah, I, the thing that really bought, I was saying to you before that, LA winning really didn't excite me, not just because I bet small on Toronto, but they didn't deserve to win. And although they only gave up 6 goals on the score sheet, they really gave up 8. They had Toronto had 2 goals called back, one for offside. That, I mean, the calls were right, but the play, like the offside, did not affect the goal. Like, I mean, it was like a millimeter offside, and they had a too many men call that. It was kind of like Czech Republic and in the Olympics. But again, the extra guys that were on the ice, it didn't affect the play, but you had to call it. It just, I don't know, it was crazy, but highly entertaining. If you like goals, you got to see them last night. And William Nylander, did you see what happened on the winning goal? By the way,
I did not. I did
so
not.
William Nylander has a breakaway, and he flubs the shot. He fanned on it. The Kings go back up the ice, and oh, by the way, I think Nylander just made it to the back to into his zone because there was no back checking, and Quentin Byfield scored the winner. So,
Oh, yeah, I did see who scored it, but I didn't see what happened.
oh my God, I
Um,
like I was watching. I mean, I remember like, where's Nylander? Where is he? He was he was so probably. It was just pretty funny. So yeah, but it was like, and then the late games on the card were just that was where, I mean, the Vegas Edmonton game. That was Vegas did a job on Edmonton. I think that was a more important win for Vegas than it was for Edmonton,
mm,
especially because Edmonton had beaten them 3 times this year, and I think for Vegas they needed to send a message. And then I don't know again if you saw, there was nastiness at the end of the game. Like, they definitely think, I'm happy that this is the last time that they'll play each other in the regular season, because if they do get the opportunity to meet in the playoffs, there's some unfinished business, as the players had to be separated, and a lot of jawing after the game, once they finally got players to their benches. And then San Jose, I mean, down 3-0, come back 3-3, and then look like a very young and inexperienced team, as the Preds scored 3 unanswered, including a shorthander from the man that nicknamed himself the Hall of Famer. Eric Hollis scored a shorty.
yeah,
So
saw
that was good.
Forsberg
And then
got two,
Anaheim
and
crapped their pants.
yeah,
I
I knew
mean,
you were big there on Forsberg. Saw he had 2 goals
yeah,
early
I wish I
too.
was bigger on Forsberg and I had 2 goals. I was gutless. I only had one. But
Yeah,
God, Forsberg continues to dominate the Sharks. And John Tavares continues to dominate the Kings. The Forsberg numbers against San Jose are ridiculous. They're video game numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I like I said, I was celebrating Easter yesterday as we do every year on Saturday. So I was watching a lot of the games just by the box scores and not
Yeah,
necessarily by the games, but I was checking in every now and then. And you can definitely tell it's playoff time because there's teams here that are in must need win situations that aren't just winning. So I mean, you got Detroit, flopping over there against the Rangers. Ottawa losing to Minnesota, although, I wouldn't say that, that one could have been a toss-up in my opinion. Penguins continue to just score, putting up
yeah,
numbers. And we'll talk about that one too, as that one's a earlier game, and I know the Sunday under trend is there, but
yeah.
it's kind of hard to bet that one under, at least maybe not as necessarily the Pittsburgh team total. But yeah, and then and like you said in the evening games, Utah put up a touchdown there against Vancouver. That was an easy over for me. I did not get the over in the Tampa Bay Boston game. That was a lot tighter game than I expected. I
Yeah.
did expect for that to be a little higher scoring. Buffalo, man, I don't know what's going on with
I am
them.
so
It's
angry
just
because I talked myself. I had originally I split a unit on the Sabres and the over, and I said, "Ah, there's no way Buffalo's going to lose this game, and maybe they'll shut down Washington." So I just put everything on the Sabres. Oops.
yeah, and Montreal got a edged out a win there in the shootout. So, and yeah, that 7-6 game, man, for LA and you, and uh, crazy one there. But like I said, we got a 7 game slate uh, for you guys on Easter Sunday. First one is not at. We've been getting the 12:30 ones pretty often, but this one's a 1 o'clock start, probably a little bit
Yeah.
later. Let everybody do their morning uh,
Right.
Easter
Right.
church,
Got it.
whatever do they
Yeah.
do. Um, but yeah, we can just roll right into it. As far as yesterday for me, I did not have a profitable day, but Crosby assist continues to just be a solid play, especially today. Still sitting at minus 105. I got the McKinnon anytime goal there at the empty netter.
Yeah.
Made me wait till the last, I think, 30 seconds.
Yeah. I knew that
Didn't.
was coming. I knew we had it. I was never concerned.
Yeah, the did not get the Alex DeBrincat goal there. Did not get the Caulfield goal. We did get the over there in the Mammoth game. I did not get the over in the Bruins game, and both of my I had 2 of the 3 parlays, or maybe all 3 parlays just missed by 1 shot. So, and that was probably a total of like 10, 12 units. So,
Hmm.
unfortunately, it did not cash, but might be going right back to some of these, like a Caulfield or a DeBrincat today. Milestone numbers and been recently hot. So, both of those players. So we can roll right into it. Let me get the notes open and we can start rolling through some of these games. I'll do the lay of the land since we got a little bit of time. We don't got to rush so much. We've got 7 games. It's not like we're trying to rush through 14, although I think we did a really good job yesterday of getting through all
I
of those
thought so.
games pretty quickly. And thank you guys all for your comments. Sounds like some of you guys really appreciate the quicker shows on a Saturday morning. Um, and I'm pretty sure Perlo's going to be on tonight, so I'll probably be on. I haven't even looked at tomorrow's slate. I'll probably
Four
do that.
games.
4 games. Oh, that's not bad. So, yeah, I'll
Hmm.
probably be on. I don't believe we're going to do anything. Like I said, we celebrated Easter yesterday, so I should be home and I'll hop on. I saw Perlo did the show by himself last night. Great job there,
Mm.
Perlo. Uh, he was on for, I think, 4 hours or 3 hours, something like that.
Jeez. Wow.
But looks like he did a very good job. All right. So, I gotta get my. I'll just do that. I'm gonna use the wager talk cover again.
Okay.
Just so much
Yep.
better. You guys can see odds across the board and all the different books. And there's a small slate today, so they all fit in one window. So have at it. All right, we got Minnesota on the road, minus 125. Detroit at home, plus 105. Over under is set at a flat six, minus 118 to the over. Minnesota is 43-21-12 on the season, 22-11-4 on the road. Detroit is 40-28-8 on the season, 20-14-3 at home. Head to head between these two teams. The Wild have won 7 of the last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the over. These two teams have seen each other just once this season, back on January 27th in Minnesota, where Minnesota won 4-3 in an overtime winner. Minnesota is 5-5 in their last 10. 4 of those 10 have trended to the over. Minnesota's on the back end of a back-to-back here. They played yesterday against Ottawa on the road and won that one 4-1. Minnesota is on the second and final game of a short 2-game road trip, and they will head back home and play Seattle on the 7th, which is Tuesday. And then you got Detroit. They are 4-5-1 in their last 10. 4 of those 10 have trended to the over. Detroit is also on the back end of a back-to-back, coming off of a 1-4 loss yesterday against the Rangers on the road. This is their first game home off of a short 3-game road trip, and they will play again on Tuesday when the Columbus Blue Jackets come to visit them at home. Um, for me in this game, it's probably going to be Buss and Talbot with both of these teams on a
Yep.
back-to-back, or at least that's what we're expecting. You got Minnesota there still trying to stay ahead there in the Central. Detroit is fighting for their lives in that four-way tie at 88 points. There, DeBrincat sitting at 39 goals on the season. He's had a goal in 5 of the last 8 games, at least a goal in 5 of the last games. 8 games, sorry about that. Cedar, he's sitting at 9 on the season.
Who? Oh,
Um,
cider.
oh,
You
Cider.
mean Mort Cider?
Yep,
Yeah.
Cider.
Okay.
Um, for me, I I kind of leaned to the under in this one, just with the Sunday under trends. I was also looking at maybe under first period, both teams on the back to back. But as far as a side, I'm kind of conflicted. I think, Detroit's in a really must win game situation here. So you should get at least max effort. But I've said that before, and then see a team
Yeah,
just
they were in that
not show
must-win
up.
game yesterday against the Rangers
Exactly.
and crapped their
So
pants.
I probably won't be on the side. If I was, having a pick here, I'd probably lean to Minnesota. But maybe I'll take the under. I do have an official play in this game. Vladimir Tarasenko over 1.5 shots. It's minus 114. I think I got that on Hard Rock.
And
Or
why you like that?
so he's covered that in 11 of the last 14, just
Wow.
overall. And let's see. I know that there's another reason why. I don't know if it's the split or the
I
head
mean,
to
that's a pretty
head.
good reason on its own.
Yeah, I want to say he's covering it.
Also playing it and a team that he played for.
Yes, and that was the other thing, was the revenge angle on the old team. So, and then also you got Ryan Hartman over 2.5 shots. It's not a play for me, but it's plus money over 2.5. He's covered that at 8 in the last 9 overall, and 3 straight versus Detroit.
So
So,
why is that one not a play? Just curious.
just because I I'm trying to limit my volume, and I like the
Yeah.
Tarasenko play a little bit more.
Okay.
Um, and I like Ryan Hartman to score. He's been scoring a lot more often. So if I was
Yes.
going to take Hartman, I'd probably take him for
Yes.
a goal versus shots.
Goals in four straight for Hartman. Kind of
Yep.
hard not to. And back-to-back 2-goal games, I think.
Yeah. And I liked his goal a little more. So I was like, I'll take the
Yeah.
Tarasenko shots and the Hartman goal if I'm going to get
Yeah.
to a goal.
Okay.
And how you feeling this one?
Well, both these teams stink on the back end of back to backs. So Minnesota's 3-8 and Detroit is 2-8. And the other concern for me for Detroit is that if Talbot, as I would think, would get the start, it's his first start since March the 4th when he lost against Vegas. Has started 13 straight. So you know, those are for me are two reasons: the Detroit record on the second half of back to backs, and Gibson. His first game in a month. I can't get behind that. I will say though, Detroit's 9-2 this year as a home dog. They're 11-15 as a home favorite. Um, but their recent form no good. And I don't know about you, but every time I think that Detroit's going to lose, they win, and every time I think they're going to win, they lose. So I like the under. I would even play it at 6.5, under minus 135, and pay the tax just to give us some insurance.
Hmm.
The under trend, those games this year, Sunday games starting before noon Eastern, are 63, 30, and 4, and they're 10-2 to the under in the last 2 weeks. Um, so I'll be on the under. Prop wise, Kirill Kaprizov, 7 goals in 7 games versus Detroit. He had 2 against Talbot when they played the one time this year. He's got 4 goals in 3 games against Talbot in his career. Lucas Raymond's got 8 goals in 9 games against Minnesota. He had 2 against Gustafson in that game earlier this season. He's got 4 goals in 6 games against Gus in his career. Um, so those. Oh, and I'm on the Hartman prop. Simon Edvinson plus 1,300, 2 goals in 3 games against the Gus Bus.
Wow.
So my goal props: Kaprizov, Raymond, Edvinson, um, and Hartman, the under, and then I was even to kind of protect myself against maybe Kaprizov and Hartman not getting a goal but pointing. Point parlay for Kaprizov and Hartman's plus 142. Um,
I like that.
so I thought that was a good plus money play. So that's where I am with this game. Um, yeah, but I mean it's you know um, yeah, the Kaprizov and Raymond numbers are pretty daunting against the respective goalies. So they have to be on my card.
Yeah, I did like that Kaprizov point. I was looking at a point parlay because DeBrincat was coming off of a game where he didn't have a point, and he's been pretty solid for a point. And I thought
Yeah,
about taking, DeBrincat and Kaprizov in a point parlay. But then I also thought about possibly taking Zuccarello. Zuccarello's had 2+ points in 3 straight
I
games.
I had him originally. I had Zuccarello and Kaprizov yesterday, which cashed
Mhm.
for me, and I'm trying to. I don't know why, because Zuccarello's on that top line, um, and I'm
Yeah,
trying to think why I didn't. If you add Zuccarello, if you make it, that is the line, right? Isn't it Zuccarello, Hartman?
I'm pretty sure. Let me just double check. Got daily face off right here. Yep, you are correct. Hartman, Kaprizov,
Yeah.
Zuccarello.
So I mean, if you want to line stack it, you want to put all three in there. It's plus 216.
Okay.
If you want to add uh, Hartman. I mean, if you want to add Zuccarello, you can get the three of them at plus 216.
Yeah, I like that.
So could be another way to look at it. So that's where I am with that game.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. All right. Next game on the board, we have the Florida Panthers on the back end of a back to back plus 200. Pittsburgh Also on the back end of the back-to-back, both of these teams just saw each other yesterday. Minus 250. Over under is set at 6.5, minus 135. Definitely the books, the public, everybody is expecting this game to go over.
Yeah.
Florida 37, 36, and 3 on the season, 16, 21 and on the road. Pittsburgh is 39, 22, and 16 on the season, 19, 12, and 8 at home. Head to head between these two teams. Florida has won 6 of the last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the over. Like I said, these two teams played yesterday in a barn burner where the Pittsburgh Penguins won 9-4.
Well, I think
The
the Penguins burned down the barn.
Yeah, that too. They put up a touchdown and a safety. Florida is 4-6 in their last 10, even 500 on over unders. Like I said, they lost yesterday to Pittsburgh, but they had won 2 of the last 3. Pittsburgh, on the other hand, they're 5-4-1. 8 of those 10 have trended to the over. They're just an over team right now. Playing. Pittsburgh doesn't play again until Thursday, so they get quite a bit of time off here. After this one, they can empty the tank. Florida plays again on Tuesday on the road versus Montreal. Um, so that's one good thing for Pittsburgh. For me, I'm gonna probably go right back where I wasn't on it, but I did have a lean yesterday. Pittsburgh team total over 3.5. Definitely gonna be
Yeah,
on
you got to go to
Crosby.
4 today, Dre.
They've moved it. It's not playable at 3.5.
Yeah, the 3.5 is I think it was minus 150, minus 165 for the three and a
Okay.
half. The four
I
is at go ahead.
I was gonna say, um, Crosby assist. I'm just gonna go right back to that. If we like the over, you like Pittsburgh to have goals. There's no way that Crosby's not going to be involved. I was looking at a Malkin, Rust, Raquel, and Crosby point parlay. Like all 4
Yeah.
of those players, it's just been very solid for a point. Malkin's had 10 of the last 11 head to head with a point versus Florida.
Yeah, Russ killed
Um,
me yesterday. He killed my parlay. He had nothing.
yeah,
Nothing. 9
nothing.
goals, nothing.
9 goals. That is crazy. Um, and then, Crosby's sitting at 28 on the season. He's got 69 points on the season. He did not have a goal yesterday. I might take him for a goal today and just split it with his assist. He's won a few
Hmm.
games without scoring. I could see it being his turn today. I don't think he even had a shot yesterday, to be honest, when I was looking at his shot prop. But Gustav Forsling, over 1.5 shots. He's covered that in 8 of the last 10 games, head to head, 4 of the last 5 with 3 or more in those head to heads. And his line's at 1.5. And I believe it's at even money or right around there. So with 4 of the last 5 having 3 or more at over
Yeah.
1.5, and 8 of the last 10 head to head, like that's probably going to be a no brainer for me. I'm going to probably end up taking that. Don't have an official play on it yet, but that's something I will be. But I do have a Crosby assist minus 105 over at Hard Rock. That's uh, that's going to be an automatic bet until he probably doesn't do it back to back games for me.
Yeah.
Uh, JD, how are you looking at this one?
Well, I'm definitely on the Crosby assist. That would be my favorite play in this one here. Uh, I'm just trying to. I don't know what like FanDuel. Oh, here it is. No, they do have it. So you could do Malkin point, Carlson point, Crosby assist at plus 227. I don't know if that would interest you.
Yeah, that definitely would. I might even do the what I did yesterday. I was telling you take the Connor goal with the Shifley assist. Um and that ended up cashing. I ended up putting it in the parlay, but I did the Connor point and the Shifley
Hmm.
assist. Um but yeah, I
So
I
what
could
would you
see a
do? Well,
Crosby goal and a well, he plays with Raquel, right? Or sometimes he plays with
no, Raquel's not. No,
he
Crosby
plays
isn't
with
it Crosby
Rust.
with Rust and who's the third? Because Raquel's playing.
I know
third
Malkin's down
line.
on 2.
Oh,
Uh,
Chinnikov.
oh,
Chinnikov is
Chinakov, that's
playing
right.
with.
Chinakov's playing
Yeah,
top left, and then you got him on the other side. So, yeah, I'd go Rust and Crosby, or Malkin
I I
is
think the
another
other thing
one,
though, if you put a defenseman in with the forward, I think you tend to get better prices.
like Carlson.
Yeah. So if you did
Carlson's been
like
pretty
Crosby
solid.
Carlson, something like that,
Yeah, let me look
I wouldn't.
because they play same top line, right? Yep, Eric Carlson and Crosby. Yeah, I like that.
So I
And they're
that's
all
why I just did Malkin, Carlson, Crosby assist. Malkin point, Carlson point, Crosby assist. That got me plus 227.
yeah. Okay, I
Uh,
think
okay.
I could get behind
And
that.
I'm going to come back. Probably going to just go back with the stuff. Some of the stuff I had yesterday. Samaskevich goal, which now he's got goals in four straight, and he's plus 350 still. Um, and I had a Raquel goal. I'm probably going to come back with that one as well. I mean, keeps hitting. I To your point about the Sunday unders.
Hmm.
Um, I can't I can't bet an under in this game. I mean, it trend or not, like I
Yeah,
can't bet an under. Not the way Pittsburgh, if
yeah,
the under hits, great, but I'm not. I can't. I'm not
yeah.
interested in that.
Like I said, I would rather play the team total than play it the over and
Right. I
hope
would.
that
Right.
Pitt's going to get to 4 over 4.
Right. So we should. It should be Tarasoff and Skinner today,
Yeah, and that's another reason
unless
too.
they
Like
go back. I mean, I don't think they're gonna.
Skinner's been playing
What?
okay, but he's always susceptible to a bad game. So I'm like,
Yeah.
it's hard to bet an under in Skinner. Like even though he's been playing well, you just hear the name and I
Yeah.
cringe.
Yeah. No. 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 So I was just trying to go back and look at my notes from yesterday. So I had the draw. That didn't go very well. Um, and I had a Matthew. I don't think Matthew Kachuk scored yesterday. He had scored in three straight. So yeah, I'll go. I'll take the over four at plus 102. And if it, I just don't see Pittsburgh losing.
Me neither.
You know,
Me neither.
um, so yeah, Penn's team total over four plus 102. Crosby assist. The Crosby assist is my best bet in this game,
Yep.
and I do like that Forsling shot prop as well. So, all right.
Okay. Let me I'm just sharing this out on X. I forgot to do that at the beginning of this show. Okay. We can move on to the next game.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Yeah, I gotta get this sweatshirt off and
You're
oh my
good.
god.
I know I had to put on my fan here before I started because it was hot. It's been
Oh, jeez. Oh, trash in my place.
pretty warm here in Arizona. I don't know why this Boston game isn't opening on my side covers took a dump. Hey, good morning, Perlo. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this, but it's not pulling up the Boston game. I'll just run through the what I can see here on the cover page of this game. I don't know why it's not opening right now. It's bad gateway. But Boston's on the road plus 126. Philly at home minus 140. Over under is set at a flat 6. You got Boston is 43, 26 and 8 on the season, 15, 16 and 7 on the road. Got Philly 38, 26, and 12 on the season, 17, 13, and 8 at home. Um, I don't think I can get behind Philly here at the minus 140 price. Like, I know Boston's typically better at home than they are on the road. I know it's also going to be Corpusalo here on the immediate back to back. Um,
Yeah.
but for me, it's Boston or nobody. I know Philly's been playing great. Um, but Boston, after losing yesterday, um, I can't go against them. How do you see this one, JD?
Yeah. I mean, this was like we were saying before we came on. I was just one of these ones where I'm really trying. I'm fighting, trying to find a way to attack this game. Um, there's just I know I was maybe thinking about like an Owen Tippett goal um, for Philly, but I don't know. I can't. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Phillies are really good. They're really good as a home favorite this year, if I remember correctly. Um, just pull it up. Um, yeah, that Boston game yesterday got us that nice start, and then Tampa just kind of took over. Um, I don't know. I don't have a. I just don't have a great feel. Uh, yeah, Philly's 12-6 this year as a home favorite, and they're 5-15 as a home dog. Uh, and you got. I mean, I'm trying to look. Corpusalo. I would expect he starts.
Yeah.
They think the last time they were on a back to back, they did end up going Swayman, which surprised most of us. Um, Corpusalo's last two starts, though. I could get again. It's the Sunday under trend, but you look at Corpusalo. I remember this 9-7. The games with Corpusalo 9-7-7 and 9 combined goals. Um, so I don't know. Right now, I I I I, I got to pass. I think I passed. Maybe it's a Pasternak anytime goal, and like I said, I for some reason Owen Tippett is sticking out. I don't know. Do you go back to Porter Martone and his shots? I mean, he didn't. He was quiet in that game against the Islanders.
Yeah. That was a bet that ate up a lot of people on a very small slate,
Yes,
you
yes,
know?
yes, it did.
There was, people looking for bets on that day, and, that was a big one for everybody. Yeah, I would that's the thing, is, like, I wanna take Boston on the money line here. I think the value is all on them at plus 126. Like, for
Yeah,
as decent as they've been playing, I know they're on, and not only that, like, they're in the first wild card spot, right? They're, like, got a 6-point lead, I think, on 2nd place on all those 4 teams that are tied for 88 points. I think they're sitting at 94th, and I can remember correctly of what I saw.
yeah, yeah. They're in a good
So,
spot.
they're in a good spot. They have lost back-to-back games, but you gotta feel like they're in a spot where, "Hey, man, we gotta win this game. We've got lost back-to-back games. We can't let any of these teams catch up to us and make it, close, or a competition to make it, a little more nervous for them. And I think if they get this win, it's more just relaxing and okay, we got another 2 points. And Detroit,
Sure, but if you're the Flyers, you win today, you could be in
oh,
the
yes.
playoffs.
Yep, that's true.
I
That is
mean,
true.
they could either leapfrog Ottawa or they could leapfrog the Islanders. I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
I agree.
so it's
Yeah. And then
I
on the other hand, like we've been seeing these teams in must need situations, they just don't win. So, I would Boston off of back to back losses. Like for me, it's Boston or nobody. Philly's, in a
Yeah.
desperate dire win, and look at Buffalo. Buffalo's had 3 straight games to clinch the playoffs, and they can't do it.
Well, they did clinch. They backed in.
Oh, yeah.
They
That's
ended up
true.
backing in yesterday. They backed in. Is that they did? I'm pretty sure they backed in yesterday. Yeah, Buffalo's clinched a spot.
Okay.
That's yeah. How has Buffalo clinched a spot and Montreal hasn't? That's weird. They both have. Why is Montreal not clinched? Hmm.
Yeah. I just
Um,
I know Philly's playing great, I just can't take them at -140.
no,
Just
let me see. Let's see. -140.
alright, Covers, are you gonna work with me? You still gonna nope, Covers is still out.
It does seem like okay, so let me see it. -140.
What are these some of the other books have?
Three.
Yeah, some of these other books are even going I see a 155 out there. Crazy.
Um, just trying to
Maybe you go back to Zaka too?
could. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something that's gonna blow your mind.
Alrighty. Have at it.
Um, hang on, I'm just finishing up here.
Right.
I just want to. I mean, I think it may shock you. Okay, the Penguins have been a favorite 9 times this year as a favorite of -140 or greater. They're 7-2
Alright.
for what it's worth. So they're 7-2 as a favorite in that -140 or higher. They're 12-6 at home as a favorite. I mean, there are some numbers that would lead you to
Yeah.
that make me feel better about the play.
Yeah. And for me,
So,
I'd probably just stay off with those numbers.
well, that's because you're gutless.
So, I would
So
take
yeah,
my
no, no, no.
chances
I
with Boston, but it's
Right.
a
No,
good
no. Look, I
replacement.
think the value is there with Boston. It
Yeah.
does scare me to take Philly at that price, but if you wanted to take Philly, I'm just giving you some betting numbers
Yeah. That would make
that
you
would
feel
help
a little more
support you.
yeah.
Yeah, make you feel a little more comfortable. I'm not sure if I'll get there with Philly. Um, so uh, the one win. So they've played each other twice this year. Um, the Flyers won the most recent game 3-1, and that was Swayman versus Vladar. And I'm trying to remember. I think the shots were like severely lopsided in that game. I think I have it here. Let's see if they. I could have sworn that. Oh
And
shoot! No, they don't give. They
Vladar's
don't give
got
me the.
good numbers against Boston and is I think he's played them a total of 5 times. 2 of the games were not full games where he only played a period where he came in or but in the 3 games that he has played a full game, he's
Yeah,
only
no,
given up 2, 1, and 0. So,
yeah, he's 2-1 with a 137 goals against and a shutout.
yeah. And it's like I think
Okay,
it's
so
like a
now
9-4.
you've got another reason to play the Flyers.
Yeah. I would that would give me a reason to play the under. Boston
Yeah,
hasn't scored, uh, a whole lot in the last couple
No,
games.
they've been held to one goal in each of the last two games.
Yeah.
Okay, all
So
right.
and
So now,
and 4 of the
now,
last 6 between head to head have also went to the under.
right. So
So
you
I
could
have
get
that written
six
down.
at minus 115.
Yeah. I like that.
Okay.
And
Uh,
somebody had alluded to it being close or rich, going to be a one goal game. Um, I could see that. Like if I could, if I wanted to still take my Boston side, I could take the Boston plus 1.5 and under 6.5. Um, maybe that's something I end up getting to. But at that point, I feel like I'm fishing for plays, and I'd just take the pasta goal and the under.
hmm.
Okay.
Well, I'm trying to get back into FanDuel. I don't know. Something's going on.
Well, right now
Uh,
covers isn't it's only allowing me to get on the NHL like scores and games screen, but when I try to log into each game to see the matchup, it's not allowing me to. It's almost like the server is screwed up or something.
huh.
It's driving me crazy because I wanna oh no now it opened. It finally got back to normal. Okay. We can you ready to move on to the next?
Yeah, you move. You give us the lay of the land, and I'm just going to pull something up, and I'll for the
Okay.
Boston game, and we'll see what. There you go.
Okay, we got Carolina on the road minus 125, Ottawa plus 105. Over under is set at 6.5 plus 100 to the over. Carolina's 49-21-6 on the season, 21-11-4 on the road. Ottawa's 39-27-10 on the season, 19-12-6 at home. Head to head between these two teams, the Hurricanes have won 7 of the last 10. 4 of those 10 have trended to the over. Carolina and Ottawa have seen each other twice this season. First time was in late January in Ottawa, where the Canes won that one 4-1. And then in early February in Carolina, where Carolina won 4-3. Carolina is 7-3 in their last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the over. Carolina is coming in on a 3-game winning streak, most recently beating the Isles at home 4-3. This is their first game, only game, road trip, and they will turn right back around and head back home to take on the Boston Bruins on Tuesday. Ottawa is 5-4-0-1 in their last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the under. Ottawa is coming in on a 1-4 loss against Minnesota at home. This is their third game of a 5-game homestand, and they too will play again on Tuesday when the Tampa Bay Lightning come to visit them at home. Um, as
By the way,
far
what I
as
was looking for
go ahead.
that Bruins Flyer game, the Perlo special, the no goals first five and under 6.5 at plus 104.
Okay, I could get behind that. I do like that.
So
I do
there we
like
go.
that.
All right, now back to Carolina, Ottawa. So
Yeah.
are we
So
scheduled programming?
we don't have confirmations on goalies in this one. Probably going to be Anderson and Reimer.
I would think so. Two
Uh,
former Maple Leaf goalies. Oh my God.
how's Anderson been? I know he was been playing a lot better than what we all think of him. um,
Yeah. Okay, so Freddie, here we go. Freddie. Coming off, he had a 5-1 win against Columbus, a 3-1 loss to Montreal, 5-2 loss to Montreal, 5-1 win against Pittsburgh, 6-5 overtime win against Pittsburgh, 4-2 win at Tampa. Um, I mean, the most, a lot of the, I'm sorry, three of his big games of goals were with Pittsburgh, like overs.
yeah. And the last time he faced them, he gave up a touchdown against Ottawa. That was last year on April 17th at the end of the season.
I
Um,
mean, I don't know, like it's a terrible spot for Carolina. It's not only is it back to back, but they played at 7:30 Eastern or 7:30 local. Wait, they're Eastern, right? Carolina. Yeah.
Hmm.
And now they're playing at 5 o'clock. They have to travel and they play at 5 o'clock Eastern on Sunday. Um, that's
Yeah,
just that's usually what teams end up having to do going into Carolina on a Sunday.
yeah,
It is a horrible scheduling spot for them. Uh, and I don't know what their incentive is. I didn't know what their incentive was last night to come back and, and beat the Islanders.
yeah.
But they did.
I mean, it's 3-4 for both teams, but you got Ottawa that's been 3-4 at home. And Carolina's had 2 of the 3 at home, so now they're traveling. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, it's a bad spot for Carolina, -125. I'm probably not gonna get to Ottawa or a side in this one.
I would agree.
Um, I don't even think I'm gonna get to a total in this one either, because I think it could
Well,
be. Go
I
ahead.
could get. I mean, because of look, it may not be one of my bigger plays on the under, but because of the Sunday unders, I could get to 6.5 under at -120 on the under. Um,
Yeah.
that's I will just play it because of the trend, and I think Carolina's. I don't know. My initial thought would be is that they're going to want to slow the game down,
Mhm.
and I think if you're Ottawa, I don't think you want to push the pace against Carolina because I think you're walking into a trap. I mean, the Canes have beat the both times this year. What 4-3 and 4-1.
Yeah.
Um, I like the under. Um, I may look to some props. I see Stutzla's got 2 of their 4 goals this year against Carolina. Drake Batherson's got a good history. Seth Jarvis has 3 of Carolina's 8 goals against Ottawa this year, and he had a pair yesterday. I think it was.
So, I know both me and you have been tailing the Nikolai Ehlers assist. He's got an
Yeah,
assist in 4 straight versus Ottawa. I know you like the under here, and it's usually I tend to stay away from assists and points when I like an under, but,
his assist, but I think he's kind of slowed down on the assists.
yeah, overall, he has had not had him in back-to-back games.
Yeah,
Um, so that might be something I get to. I think it's gonna be I know both of these 2 teams shoot a lot and shot suppress a lot. So,
yeah,
I'll
and
probably
again,
look at
I
that.
really think that
Go
I
ahead.
think Carolina's going to slow the game down. That's just I think I don't think they. I just think they're going to have. I would think they would have tired legs
Yeah.
just with that travel. So for me, my favorite play is I'm going to go with the under. I'm going to look at a Seth Jarvis goal that's plus 195. And I don't know. I'm thinking Batherson and Stutzla goals for Ottawa.
Look who's here.
Hey, what's up?
Thought I'd
Good
come in and
morning.
join you guys today, man. You guys are
Yeah,
doing
have
a
at it,
great
man.
show. So
I already slandered
thought I'd
you.
come in and join you. Yeah, and there's some interesting cards. So kind of wanted to bounce a few things off you guys too, because
Good.
I've been kind of struggling with these games as well.
Okay.
For the
How do
same
you
Okay.
reasons you guys have been. Like if you watch the show that I did last night, it almost sounds you're rebounding pretty much all of my concerns this morning as I had
Well,
last night.
what do you think we did? What do you think I did before coming on? I watched your show and I just, regurgitated all your talking points.
Well, okay. Well, that would explain, I guess, a little bit
Because
of
I have no original thoughts, Perla.
he
it.
was listening into your show so he could be the judge of whether it was gonna be good or not.
Yeah.
as he always alludes
Going
to.
back to that Philly game, I think a lot of these games might be like more live games, because if the Bruins don't have their legs, I think Philly swallows them up and wins that game. It's just a question is how much the Bruins have been playing some tough hockey. Like they
Yeah.
had Tampa, that was a tough game, man. So I think Philly could have more legs than Boston. Waking up in the morning, this is kind of thinking about what I was thinking last night. I think Philly could swallow that game up and win it. The Carolina thing, where the motivation comes from, that's just Carolina. That's just what they do. They just never stop, and that's why they die in the playoffs. So I'm at that price. I'm almost leaning Carolina here because I just don't think Ottawa's defense will be able to hold them off if they've got their legs. Again, if you're looking in live and you're watching Carolina flying all over the place, once they get down low against that defense that has been playing over its head, like Montepallo and guys like that, they could really kind of bugger them up. And you got Reimer in net um, and
Yeah.
Anderson.
I just,
Oddly enough,
I just,
I
yeah.
actually like Anderson over saves, which is be the
Hmm.
first time I have done that against the Carolina. Because if there's one time that uh, Ottawa will have a little bit more legs against Carolina, it's here. And I think that they're going to be shooting a ton of rubber as much as they possibly can at that net,
Mhm.
like they did yesterday against Minnesota, although it wasn't effective for them. So,
Yeah.
anyways, go back to what you
I,
guys were saying.
no, I was just saying, like with that Ottawa game, I don't know if you heard what I said that, Carolina had to play 7:30 last night, and now it's a 5 o'clock start on Sunday,
Yeah,
and that's usually
I know
what
it's a terrible
Carolina.
shot.
That's what usually
Yeah.
what teams have to do going into Carolina on Sunday. They're the teams that are doing the seven
Mhm.
thirty, 5 o'clock traveling in. Now Carolina's got it. So I I
It's a
I
terrible travel spot. It's a terrible travel spot for Carolina
yeah. So
because
I
it's
I
also an
like.
island game too, right? So
Mhm.
it's also an
Well, I think
island
they're,
game too, right?
but don't you think they're all island games for Carolina right now? They've got the division. Like it's like I don't know. I like,
Yeah,
I said the Perlo special is my favorite play. The no goals first five and under 6.5.
yeah, I think that's what I said last night. So yeah, I guess
See,
we're both
there
on
you
that.
go.
Nice.
Does seem like
Where
an
do you think I
under.
got it from?
It's just hard with Anderson and Reinhardt in that. But yeah, you're right.
Reimer.
It probably is. I mean, when they want to when they're being what Green wants them to be, they're very similar to Carolina. They're very big shot suppression teams, high volume shots, right? So if they
Yeah.
shot suppress each other, you're right. It's going to be an under for sure, no doubt about it. And that's maybe the way they both go into it. Ottawa needs at least a point here too, so maybe a draw isn't a bad look.
Yeah.
Isn't a bad look because I don't think Carolina's going to drain it. They always do. They shouldn't here. They should probably sit guys and say, you know what, this is almost a scheduled loss spot. Yeah, if you got any bumps and bruises, don't worry about it today. But they won't. They won't. They won't do it. Just Brendan Moore will never allow that to happen.
Oh, I'm sorry. The no goals for no. I just had under 6.5. The no goals first five under 6.5 was the Philly Boston game. That's what I had. No goals first five.
I had that too. Yeah, I had that
And
too.
Okay.
then you were talking about the Philly money line. I don't know if you heard what I said earlier with Dre, but numbers to support the Flyers today are their record as a home favorite, which is 12-6, and they're 7-2 as a favorite of -140 or greater this year.
Mm.
So those are two other reasons, two other ways you could I could get to Philly. So that's it.
Do we know if it's going to be Erson or Vladar?
We don't, but
Uh,
it looks like, or at least, who the sites are alluding to doesn't mean they're gonna. It's Vladar, and that's what we're thinking too.
Let me
But
go back into my notes here and see exactly what I did last night.
I mean, I know Urshan got lit up. He got pulled when he faced the
Last
Bruins
game, yeah.
earlier this year. He gave up 5 goals on 20 shots. And
Mhm.
Swayman outdueled Vladar when they
And
played in February.
you mentioned the Corpusalo stat there, where when he's in net, they go to over quite a bit, right?
Thank you
The
all
last four, yeah.
96 of you guys for
Yeah, the last 4 games,
tuning in.
there's no way Corpusalo is playing. Oh, wait, no, he's playing today.
He
He
is.
would play today.
He's definitely playing
Yeah.
because they're on a back to
Yeah,
back.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I don't
That's
know
why I
because,
like Philly. I just don't trust Corpusalo. I think if it does get to shots back and forth, I think Philly's got, especially if Vladar is in that, I think Vladar will shut him down.
yeah,
And
I
Philly's on
don't
the
know
front part
about,
of a back to back too, right? So if they get up, they could park the bus. So that's why I like the under. I almost like a Philly 3-1 game, 3-2, 3-2, maybe 4-2 if with an empty netter. But I agree, I can't see an over 6.5 here.
the last time they, not so fast on Corpusalo because last week Boston played back to back. They played Mini and then they played Columbus, and we all thought Corpusalo was going to start that Columbus game on the back end, and there was Swayman. That was the game that Dreyu stole money when Boston came
Oh
back from
yeah.
3-0 down.
Yeah.
So
That's when
I
it
don't know.
actually
I mean,
happened in my favor because usually I would be
yeah.
up 3-0
It's
early
probably
and lose my money.
likely. I would be surprised though, because it is 3 games in 4 days for Boston, and it would be 3-4 for Swayman. So that would be a tough ask.
And you mentioned the 3 and 4, and look at the games of the 3 and 4 that they played, like Dallas,
Well,
Florida, Tampa. I mean, these have been
well, no,
high
Florida, Tampa, are the three and
emotional
four.
energy.
Yeah, they had. Yeah, no, the
Three and
Dallas
four. Oh,
stuff.
sorry, it's 4-6. But their last games, like
Yeah,
even that
yeah,
Dallas game was a tough game. Well, they played like it's not. They played really emotional competition, and now they're going into it out of conference. And I know they need the win, but so does Philly. I really think Philly's going to
they're
take
not
this.
going.
And I understand a
They're not going out of
140 is
conference.
kind of tough.
They're going out of
I think
division.
Philly right now is playing at a level where -40 isn't bad because they've been one of the better teams after the Olympic break. Like they've been playing, they're here because they've been playing so well. So I think it's a Philly spot. I think Philly's going to win this game. If
Okay.
there's anything that you want to take, I will say this: Philly has not been my best team this year. I'm pretty sure I'm in the red on Philly games. So, except for Vladar over saves, I've been hitting tons with him over saves. But
Okay. We
all right.
can
Okay.
keep on moving
Forster over
along.
shots. Forster over
Is
1.5 shots.
Ice Guy
What do you
Really
starts
think?
good.
at
At least
noon Eastern, right?
Yeah, we got 18 minutes, so let's rock.
Okay.
We got
oh,
three
okay.
games left.
Next game on the board, we have the Washington Capitals -118 on the road. Rangers at home -102. Over under is set at a flat 6. Washington 39-29-9 on the season, 15-18-4 on the road. Rangers 32-36-9 on the season, 13-19-7 at home. These two teams are even 5-5 in their last 10 matchups. 6 of those 10 have trended to the over. Both of the games uh last year, and well, they've played 3 times last year. The first game was a 1-0 low scoring affair there in
Three
early
times this year.
October. Yes,
They
three
mean they
times
played
this
3 times
year.
this season.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or I'm
Okay.
sorry, 3 times this season.
Yep.
First one was a low scoring affair, and then the last two, 7-3 and 6-3, both really high scoring games, 10 and a 9 spot there. Most recently, Washington winning 6-3 on New Year's Eve. Washington is 6-2 and 1-1 in their last 10, even 500 on over unders. They are coming in on a big win against Buffalo, 6-2 at home. This is their first game on the road of a 3-game road trip. They play again on Wednesday when they play Toronto on the road. Rangers are 4-5-0-1. 6 of those 10 have trended to the under. Rangers coming in off of a 4-1 win. They are also on the back end of a back-to-back. And they will play again on Wednesday when they take on Buffalo again at home. Or not again, but Buffalo at home. Um, How do you guys feel on this one?
It's Washington all day for me. The Rangers are 1-11 this year on the back end of back to backs. They've scored.
Oh,
What is it now? They scored. They barely scored. I think they've had nine or 8 of the 11 games. They've scored 2 goals or less. Um, so I got Caps money line. I got Rangers team total under 3. Um, and then I wrote down a Dubois assist at plus 165. He's got 7 assists in his last 3 games.
Wow. Perlo, how you liking this one?
Oh, and Charlie Lindgren uh, loves the Rangers. He's 2-0 this year with a shutout, and he's 5-1 in his career with 2 shutouts and a goals against average of 1.49. And Shesterkin's numbers are brutal against the Caps.
Perlo, what do you like in this
is
one?
that right? Okay, I didn't know that. It's all of those things. That's why I like having everybody on the show when we can do it. Uh, I did know about the Rangers, but I think recency is a little different. I think they're playing their own barn a lot better, a lot tougher right now since all the trades happened and stuff like that. They're playing really well at home. Um, I actually had the over 5.5 here. Just because of if you look at both of them, they've both been feeling it right now. The Rangers have been feeling it, and the Capitals have been feeling it. Both of them have been scoring. Although the Rangers haven't been allowing goals, mostly based on the goaltending, though. So you just brought up a really good stat. Shesterkin has not played well against the Capitals. So if that is the case, then I think I'm going to go with you and lean to the Capitals here. If they're because Shesterkin has been kind of saving the Rangers. He's been playing out of his head as of late. He's been playing fantastic. He's only allowed 1-1-1-2, something like that. And if Lindgren's
Yeah,
been
I'm
playing
sorry.
playing really well,
He's 9-5-1 with a 273. What was I thinking? Maybe it's
okay,
this year his numbers weren't good. Uh, he's played them once this year and he gave up 3 goals. He gave up,
okay,
yeah, they hit him for 3. So it was more about Lindgren who owns the Rangers.
right. And what's the price on the Capitals then? Then with everything
Minus
you said, I kind of
115.
lean the Capitals here. Yeah.
Minus 115 I saw.
How are the Capitals on these back to backs? Although I'm not sure contextually it matters because I think they're just sort of on a roll and they can kind of taste the playoffs right in front of them here. They
Yeah,
look
they
like
if
they're
they
feeling it.
win, they win today, they could be in. Their numbers aren't great. They're 4-7 on the back end.
Yeah. But Rangers are horrible on the back end.
They're one and
And
11.
yeah, I still stick with that because I still think the Rangers hard if the Capitals are coming going to come out and play like hard. If you're going to look at who's going to win the the power
The
of attrition, I think the Capitals are the one that's going to win that here. They've got the
Mhm.
bigger forwards, they've got everything. I think the Rangers are the ones that are probably not going to have the motivation to get to a fight here. So yeah, give me the Capitals. I agree. I've changed. I didn't have that last night, but I'm going to take the Capitals. Money line.
Sure, blame me.
Okay. For me, I'm not too big on a side here. For me, it would be Washington or pass. I just think New York's going to have a regression to the means of how they've been playing the rest of the season. And they have been scoring quite a bit, but Washington is usually or typically a lower scoring team. And I was looking at the Ovi point. Ovi's had multi point games in 3 of the last 5. Overall and head to head, he's had at least a point in 5 of the last 6. It's minus 130. Um, and I think he at least gets a point, or maybe that's the way I play it instead of playing Washington, because I know if Washington wins, he's probably going to have or be involved in some type of fashion. It seems like he likes to play against the Rangers, so maybe it's something I look at that way.
Ryan Leonard's also got points in 4 straight for Washington.
and he's probably at a better number.
Did you see
Well, I
that
mean, I
goalie
like,
score last night?
yeah. I mean, I just
That
like the
was
Dubois. Like,
freaking
I
unbelievable.
can't believe Dubois is just. I mean, 7 assists, and we're getting him at plus 165.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I think that's great value.
and Ryan Leonard, he's plus 136, and like JD said, he's had it in 4 straight, and he's had 3 points in the last 2 games versus the Rangers as well. So,
Yeah.
okay,
Okay.
and
Moving on. Moving
moving right
on.
along to we're on the last game, right? No, we got
No,
2
2
more.
games.
All right. Next game is the New Jersey Devils. I'll just go through these pretty quickly. Jersey on the road, they're 39, 34, and 3 on the season. And they are 19 and 19 on the road. Montreal is 45, 21, and 10 on the season, 22, 13, and 2 at home. For me in this one, it's Caulfield, anytime goal. I'm going right back to that. And I would, it might be another good parlay piece that I was alluding to yesterday, taking Caulfield for a goal with a Suzuki assist. Because more than likely he's going to have an assist in that game. For me, it'd be Montreal or nobody. They're getting close to the no play zone at minus 140. I usually don't take anything worse than minus 145. Jack Hughes, maybe take Jack Hughes in Montreal for anytime goal in this game. He's been hot. You can also take JD might be right back on it. I think he was on Jack Hughes and Caulfield to get 3+ shots in that last game, which
Yeah. So
cashed.
that was minus 115 if you do Hughes and Caulfield over 2.5.
Okay.
I threw Timo Meyer. I looked at adding Timo Meyer over 2.5 and Brat over 2.5. And that got it up to plus 568. Brat versus Montreal, 4-3, 4-3, 5-3, 1-3.
Wow.
And Meyer 7-5, 2-5.
And
So
Schlaf didn't score yesterday, right? So he's still on the
no,
milestone
Slavkovsky
number.
did not score. Yeah,
So
he's
he's
still on
still on the
29.
milestone number with Caulfield. 49
Yeah.
and 19, I think.
Hughes, points in 5 of 7, and they're all multi-point games. Plus 148 for over 1.5 points. And I wrote down the draw. Uh, Good draw history between the two. Bet Rivers has it at plus 350. So I thought that was I don't know. I like that.
Perlo,
And
how you feel with this one?
The only thing here is New Jersey seems to kick ass in Montreal. I think they've won the last 4 too in Montreal.
yeah, I don't like this spot. I
Um,
mean, Montreal. I agree with you, Perlo. I, it's it's their first game home after 5 on the road, and I don't
yeah.
know.
And the draw, I do like the draw. I like also if I think New Jersey is going to be have the upper hand here a little bit in energy and stuff, and they seem to get up for these Montreal games quite a bit. I like Fowler over saves. That's probably
Mhm.
my favorite player is Fowler over saves. Just like yesterday, I like Dobish over saves. New Jersey's still throws tons of rubber at the net. They have all year. They've been a great team to play the opposition goalie over saves because they shoot a lot and they have a tough time scoring. So I would rather go that way than take New Jersey, just simply because Montreal's on such a run right now. But I agree with JD. If there's a fave, if you're gonna catch a falling knife, this feels like the spot for Montreal coming off the road trip, all of that. Yeah, it's tough though. It's Easter. Their whole family's going to be there. That could give them another boost of energy as well. I mean, everybody's family is going to be there, and um, so. But
I don't know if
One
that's going to give them a boost. I mean, you've been gone for 5 days on the road. I think that's more of a distraction than energy.
actually,
I
yeah,
mean, you've been
that's a
gone.
good point too. It could be more of a distraction. You come home and your whole family's there and everything. It's sort of like an exhale spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, So
One
I'm
thing I
not. I'm
like
not
in
sure
this
I like
one
Montreal.
that I've
Yeah.
been looking at is Jack Hughes over 3.5 shots. He's covered that in the last 13 of the last
Yeah,
16 games. And in the last
Yeah.
two games versus Montreal, he's had 6 and 5. It's minus 114. I could see him
But
I
then
money
don't know
what
line.
why I
then
didn't have that last
but
night.
but
I
uh
don't know
but
why.
Dre,
Yeah,
if you're gonna do that, I mean, why don't you just do Hughes and Caulfield over 2.5 at minus 115?
I will. I probably will and just take Jack as a straight by itself. That way, if he does end up on 3, then, you know, then I can still
Okay.
It
cash with
does
him and
feel like
Caldwell.
this is Caulfield's Saturday night rather than yesterday, because
Yeah.
now he's home in his own barn and all that kind of stuff like that. So
Maybe he wanted to be a holiday scorer and not a
Yeah.
Saturday
Well,
scorer.
he's got goals in 10 of 13 at home, 10 of his last 13 home games.
How many goals does he have on Easter? Just kidding.
He's got 54 on Easter.
Okay. I think
Um, okay. Oh, I also put down a Hughes, Heischer, Suzuki, Caulfield point parlay at plus 208.
I like that.
So I don't know.
Okay. Last game on the board. St. Louis Blues plus 175 on the road. Colorado minus 200. Over under is set at a flat 6. St. Louis is 14, 19, and 5 on the road. 32, 31, and 12 on the season. Colorado is 24, 8, and 5 at home. 50, 15, and 10 on the season. Um,
Give me St. Louis.
yeah, I mean,
Yep.
it's gonna be Blackwood. I would probably take St. Louis's team total over 2.5. I think Blackwood has been letting up a lot more goals than
Don't mind that
Wedgwood
either.
has.
I just think after yesterday's emotional win, take the Blues however you want. Money line, team total. Like
Yeah.
the
Plus one and a
Yeah,
half
all the
is not a bad price. Minus 135 and
and
split.
I'll be going right back to Mr. Smooth Assist.
yeah.
Um, that's gonna be a play for me.
Holloway
Maybe
overshot.
Mr. Smooth and Crosby assist parlay. Um,
Mm.
you know, I could see that too, but
Holloway
yeah,
over.
I could, Colorado, just what JD alluded to, big emotional win there against Dallas. St.
Well,
Louis
they've
has been
also
playing
wrapped up the
decent.
division.
Yep.
They've wrapped it up. I mean, if all they need a win or a call or a Dallas loss in any Dallas has to win out, and Colorado can't get a point. So the division's done. Like
Yeah.
now, so I think you know,
I kind of like Blues first period here too. Colorado coming off that
yeah,
big win.
yeah.
Blues have definitely are going to be up for this game, and they're going to come out hard.
You know what
So
I would
stay.
take is both teams to
Oh,
score
Blues
in the
first.
first period because
What's
Colorado's been
that?
solid at
BTT.
home for scoring in the first period. And if you like St.
They're going to
Louis in the
go with
first period, they
this
should
is a
both
home
score.
and home too, right? This
Yeah,
is a
but
home and
it
home.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I know that goaltender wise, it does. Which one are they going to put in? Hofer
It
here
does. It
or
doesn't
JD?
matter.
It
This
doesn't
is all about
matter.
Colorado being. They, to me, it doesn't. This is all about Colorado.
If they're putting Hofer in, I'm just going to put more units. It's not going to change my mind on the Blues, but I might put more units on the Blues. He's just been playing fantastic. I might raise my bet on the Blues if Hofer's in here and then Binnington at home. Um, I
But
Binnington
Blues
hasn't
first
been
goal,
playing
first
terrible.
period.
Blues first goal, first period. I like
Yeah.
that. You could
Let's see what
actually just
that's.
get Blues to score a goal in the first period at a pretty good price, probably
Yeah.
if they're plus one.
Well, I mean, at that point, you just take both teams to score in the first period. Like I was saying, the Avalanche have
I'm
been
a little
solid.
afraid here that Colorado won't score in the first period. I just like the Blues.
Yeah,
Like
I'm not
Colorado,
touching
the Blues might dominate this first period after Colorado coming off of that win
Blues first
against
goal,
Dallas.
first period is plus 175,
No, that's a really good price. Yeah,
and I'm not seeing a number yet on Blues. Oh wait, here. Blues.
Every
Blues.
every
Blues over
sharp
half
will
a
be
goal.
on the every sharp will
I'm
be on
sorry.
the Blues, but the public will still be on Colorado. So that even makes it more like this might be one of my favorite dog bets of the year. I really love the Blues here.
Yeah. Blues goal in the first period is minus 122.
And you got Robert Thomas assist. Looks like it's even money, minus 110. Or not even money, but minus 110.
And the Pius Suter has 5 goals in 7 games against Blackwood.
Thomas has got
Okay.
6 assists in his last 4 games versus Colorado.
Okay.
7 points.
Yeah, this is my I don't know. I really like this
Blackwood
game in
has
the
just
month.
been ass. That's the thing for me. Blackwood has just been ass. I do like that
Mm-hmm.
team total.
That's why I was saying I like the team total because Blackwood has been letting them up versus Wedgwood.
Yeah, to get 3 goals, I could definitely see the Blues getting 3 goals.
So, over 2.5 at minus 102.
Yep.
Yeah,
Sign
that's
me
a
up.
great bet.
And then
All right.
what?
I got a good one for you. I know it's Nazem Kadri over 2.5 shots at plus 130. He's covered that in 3 of the last 4 games at home. But head to head wise, he's covered that in 7 straight versus St. Louis.
Wow.
6-3,
I don't mind that
4-3,
because they're probably
5-3,
going to be
6.
playing their lower lines more
Well,
here too.
that's what I was gonna allude to is like, you know, Kadri's playing center on the third line, right? So top 2 lines probably played a lot of hockey last night. Yeah, Kadri over 2.5 plus 130. I really like that.
Trying to find
If you want
trying
to
to find the
trust him to
Blues.
score a goal.
I'm going to come back with Parker Kelly.
Oh yeah, he got
You
20,
get
right?
Blues.
Yeah,
No, is he at 19?
yeah, but I think he scored or he did not score the last game.
He didn't score yesterday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd go right back to him then.
I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find what's the Blues. What can you get? Because over 3.5 for St. Louis is plus 240.
Wow.
But I'm trying to find the over 3.
Over 3, yeah, that'll be. Bet MGM should have it up.
Or Rivers, or I'll
Well,
check
maybe not.
Rivers.
They're late on these games, especially without the goaltenders confirmed.
Where is it? Game props at Bet Rivers?
It's under the regular line where it says overtime, game including overtime. And then you scroll
Oh,
down
okay.
and the team total will be down
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. Yeah. So,
plus 170 at over 3.
oh, giddy up.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah,
And,
plus
and over 3.
160 at BetMGM.
Okay, it's 9:02, so I think we got to sign off.
Yep. Yeah, I think we're good. Anybody got anything else? Like I said, we'll be on you're gonna be on tonight, right, Perlo? We'll be on your channel tonight.
Yep, yep.
Okay. We got
On
a
my
4
channel
game
tonight.
slate for tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, like going forward, I think what me and Perlo had discussed is Wednesday and Thursday nights I'll be on my channel for the evening
Okay,
shows, and then Saturday and Sundays in the mornings, and then
yeah.
all the other evenings will be on Perlo's channel. But you
Okay,
can find me over on X, Instagram, and YouTube at Exotic Wagers. You can also find the Legacy Sports Discord link in any of my bios and get all of my official plays for free. Um, JD, you got any spots or anything coming up?
yeah. 9:30 tonight on VSiN, and hopefully
Okay.
I won't get yelled at by anybody.
And you can catch all of his columns over at VSiN. Perlo, tell them where they can find you.
Yeah, Perla's NHL POW. I'm going to be doing a video today on my winnable that can show you how to get in on that. Also, we just had I think I was up like 27 units yesterday. Absolutely
Nice.
fantastic day yesterday. Great time to get in. Yeah, I'll show you how to hit the promo code and get in for $50 a year for the rest of your natural life, as long as you don't quit, or $80 for for goalie props. That ends when the playoffs start, and it's going to go back to a lot more than that. So, if you ever wanted to get in on, I'm up 457 units this year in the NHL. So, you
Nice.
just think of the value you got there. It's pretty darn good. Also, I did a puck in deep, and it's getting a lot of views. We talked about the Rangers, and we talked about the Leafs, and we talked about some of the dog teams going into the playoffs. You check that out on my channel at Pearl of Wisdom, YouTube. And yeah, I guess that's it. You guys don't do a cut this stuff or whatever. You just do it like this, and then finish off at that one like that.
Yeah, because it's pretty, we were sticking to a pretty tight
You keep them
schedule.
short
So, and
anyways.
then
So,
I'm time
yeah.
stamping everything. So I think we were averaging
All
like
right.
6, 7 minutes per game last time. So we did pretty good. But
Ah, okay. Cool.
okay, for JD Perlo, I'm Exotic Wagers. You can find us over in the Ice Guys chat in a few minutes, and we will catch you guys on the next one. Everybody have a great Easter. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Peace.